My name is Terry Clark, and I am a teacher at Dowling Catholic High School in Des Moines, Iowa. And I've been teaching at Dowling Catholic for the past 5 years. And we've come to Goiânia, Brazil for 4 years since I've been there to Terra Livre. The program the partnership with Terra Livre and Dowling Catholic has been much longer than that, though, 12 or 13 years. I'm not sure exactly how long, but I've been involved the last number of years in bringing students down here to volunteer at the Educational Center. When I first came down, I came down as just a volunteer. I wasn't actually leading the group. I wasn't supposed to lead the group, but ended up having to lead the group, actually. So it was kind of interesting. I came to a program I knew nothing about. Didn't know if I'd like it or not. And to be honest, I was kind of skeptical. I thought, we're just going to go play with little kids. How is this a service to others? How is this going to make an impact? The students I would bring down here, you go on mission to change their lives so that their lives are changed. For us, we do this because of our faith. How is it going to impact their faith? And within moments of walking into the walls of the facility here, it changed who I was. There was a little girl who was looking at one of our volunteers and smiling, and she kind of reached up, and you could see the confusion on the look of our student because she didn't really know what she was saying, but she understood that this girl wanted to be picked up. And as soon as she picked her up, that little girl wrapped her arms around her neck. And Jacqueline, our student, she just started glowing, this huge smile on her face, and there was a smile on the child's face too. And in that moment, it was clear, right, that the service that we were providing wouldn't be building a house. It wasn't going to, we did paint the walls, but that's not the service. The service that we were doing was about love. Not only the love that we were giving, but really the service for ourselves and the love that we were receiving. And really, every time we come down here, we get far more than we give. And one of the things that I've always enjoyed about coming down here for our students is listening to them talk about what can we do? What can we do to help? What can we do to help change the lives of these kids? And so something I've been focusing on a lot with our students is just hope. The socioeconomic, the lives of these students, the ones that live here, aren't necessarily the best. And we know that when students come from those areas, where there are challenges economically, and the family, it's hard for them to get out of those cycles of poverty, those cycles of conflict. And so really what we want to do is to help break that cycle of poverty, that cycle of conflict, by giving them hope. I think that's the biggest thing we can do. Our money is helpful. It's helpful to keep the doors open here, to provide the program, but I'm more hopeful for me that it's the hope that we can give to these kids that's really going to provide the change and really provide them with the belief that they can do whatever they want in this world, right? That they're not limited because maybe their parents are, a drug addict, or they're not limited because, they have no money and they're living in situation and conditions that, frankly, I would never want to live in. Those things, they don't define us. They're a reality in the moment, but they don't define us. So my hope is that our students from Dowling Catholic come down here and they come to learn that as well. They see these kids for just who they are. Right? They don't see the poverty. They don't see the shame that some of these kids carry. They see the love. They see, as we describe, who God intended them to be. And so it's really neat to just watch them love these little kids, and these little kids love them back. And then to watch them, the brain start working. Okay, so now what can I do? What can I do to help this place out, when I go back home? What can I do at home to have the same feeling I have when I'm here? Most of our students, they know about volunteerism. They do it all the time. It's not something foreign to them. But this volunteering, this program is something that really impacts them deeply because there's just so much heart here. Everyone pours everything that they have into this place, from the directors, to the teachers. I mean, For crying out loud, there's women that work in the kitchen, that volunteer in the kitchen, and volunteering for 2 or 3 years. They don't get paid a penny. They're here later than everyone else, preparing food the next day. And why? Because they see the heart of this organization, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's the heart that every organization should want to have. When you have that level of heart, people don't question your motives. They just want to help you. And they just want to help you. It's funny because our girls, the girls that are with us this week, they genuinely talk about how much they love the kids. And it's not just some is saying, oh, I love them, I mean, they genuinely feel that level of love. Like they care about these kids, that they think about them when they're not here. They look forward to seeing them when they come back, like a distant relative, right? Someone you don't see all the time but you love. You get together and it's like no time has passed. Just call that word kinship in the United States. It's kinship where you develop a circle of compassion where no one, this is Father Greg Boyle talks about this. He's a priest, a Jesuit priest who works with gangs in Los Angeles. He says, you form a circle of compassion, and the idea is that the circle is so big that no one's standing outside of it. It's really kind of a beautiful thought if you think about it, that you just love so much that no one is outside of that love. That we don't stand in judgment of who they are. If you just stand in awe of that, right, and you can truly see who a person is, then you truly know how to love them, right? Then it's not so much, oh, well, they're different than me, and so this causes conflict. It's no, they're different than me, and because of that, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's true unconditional love.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.